This hour is brought to you by MemphisFarmers.com. Insurance coverage backed by a local agent and a brand trusted nationwide. We are farmers. MemphisFarmers.com.
Check it out right here.
Ladies and gentlemen, and now,
the 3 times sexiest man in Millington, Johnny Harden.
What is up? What is up? What is up? Welcome into a little Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. Y'all know it's Friday's Eve, don't you? That's right. Or Thirsty Thursday for Sausage Party Fest. Or it's Ladies' Night because the feeling's right. But it is a Thursday, Friday's Eve, or whatever you want to call it. But it is the real deal, Holyfield, and I'm stoked tonight. Why? Because we got a lot of stuff going on. We got the Cincinnati Bearcats playing the Tigers, real deal Holyfield. We got the Titans and the Chiefs coming up this weekend. We also got, 49ers in Green Bay. We got a bad man versus a real bad man at cornerback. I can't wait to see, basically Devontae Adams covered by Richard Sherman, what Aaron Rodgers is going to be able to do against that 49er defense. I can't wait to see what Logan Ryans, Kevin Beard, Adoree Jackson, Kenny Vaccaro, Amani Hooker. I love Amani Hooker. Wesley Woodyard, Jeffrey Simmons, Jarrell Casey, Rashaan Evans, all these guys for this defense. What are they going to do against this amazing offense with, Superman and Travis Kelce, one of the biggest jerks in all of sports, who is faster than any human on planet Earth, Tyreek Hill. He might be the biggest loser of a human being, but he might be the best damn wide receiver right now in football. And it's a catch-22. It kind of sucks. Like, if I was a Chief fans, talk about being conflicted, because you're constantly jumping up when you see a Chiefs player running down the field, and you're like, yeah, and then you realize like it's Tyreek Hill, and you're like, ugh, glad we scored, but man, I hate that guy. But anyway, we're going to talk about stuff like that around 2 o'clock, because we're going to do a little bit of straight no chaser here on Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. Y'all know who I am. Your sports mixologist, John Harden. I'm hanging out with a lot of people in the house, man. George is over there. I see my buddy Jalen. You know that we got also our very good person in this hizzy, the producer extraordinaire of Middays and Johnny Radio's Happy Hour, Gabe Kuhn.
Man, with all these people on this side, I might as well join you on the other side. What's up,
dude?
man?
We got a bunch of people up in here hanging out. We could actually do that. I think they're learning, and they're doing a really, really good job, by the way. I appreciate that. But you all out there right now, I'm chilling in the Family Leisure studio, and I want you to know in this very first segment's the best time if you want to call in. 901-360-8255 or text in at 67129, because I want to talk about what I'm stoked about in the very first segment. And I'm going to have, of course, Straight No Chaser, Hardenwood. We're talking with Mitch Davis at 1:30 about the Tigers and the Cincinnati Bearcats. I'm stoked for the Tigers and the Bearcats. But I'm also stoked that last night, did y'all see what the bleep happened? Does anybody realize what happened? Does anybody pay any attention to college basketball yet? I know we still, college football is over. It's hard just to fall right into college basketball outside of your team. Like, you jump into your team, but the rest of it, you kind of wade yourself into it. It's like, we kind of wade through it. You still got the AFC and the NFC, championship rounds this week, baby. We get ready for a Super Bowl coming up. Found out Demi Lovato is going to sing the national anthem. By the way, I pulled it out. People don't even believe this. I'm telling you right now, this is the truth. You go back to 2008, the first time she sang the national anthem. She has gone longer ever since. In 2008, 2011, 2015, 2017 was the last one. And I was wrong. I said 2 minutes and 15 seconds. It was 2 minutes, 11 and a half seconds.
That's far too long. But I didn't know until middays today that they had over-unders for this type.
Oh,
of thing.
hell yes. Are you kidding me?
I didn't even know. So, like, I remember.
Coin flips.
What about Fergie? You remember when Fergie sang at the All-Star game?
Oh, my God. That was the worst national
anthem.
Yeah, but
was it long? It was long, too.
I can't remember, actually. It was long, wasn't it? Yeah, it was so bad, though, you just went into run and hide. I think I turned the channel. It was so bad. It was one of the times, like, I turned the channel and I stood up and I held my hand on the heart. And I was like, man, this was horrible, but I still got to be patriotic. Oh, Fergie, what did you just do? But there's all kinds of stuff that's going down. We're going to talk about that. And I am fired up about everything. And in this first segment, though, I do want to focus on some of the things that I am most stoked about. And what I mean by that is I am stoked for tonight's Tigers and Bearcats game. But I got to also tell you, last night I was so stoked with the way things turned out. You had an unbeaten. Do you know that there's one unbeaten team in the top 25 left, or basically in college basketball, and it's San Diego State?
Sure did.
I mean, Auburn fell to Alabama, and they didn't just fall. And last night, I got a great call from my good friend Kevin from Inside One from back in the day, and he called me up. He said, "Man, you going down to Tunica tonight to see your friends down at the Fitz?" And I was like, "No, man, I'm not going down there. I got too much to do." Blah blah. He's like, "Damn." He's like, "I got a college basketball big one for you," and I'm like, "What is it?" He's like, "Alabama." It's like, what? He's like, dude, Alabama's getting 1 point against undefeated Auburn. Tell me they're not going to win that bad boy. Trust me, they're going to win it. What did they do? They didn't just win. They beat the absolute brakes, 83-64. 83-64 over fourth-ranked Auburn, who was 15-0 going into last night and is now 15-1. Alabama, by the way, just mind you, this is a team that is the epitome of what you call average. They were 8-7. Most people thought they were going to be 8-8. They improved after beating Auburn to 9-7. Congratulations. Amazing.
Last night was just plain up insane in college basketball, though. Did you see everything else?
I was getting ready to. That's where I'm going. That's why I said these are all the things that I'm stoked about that happened last night. The Kentucky team, they dominated South Carolina the whole game. And then in the last 5 minutes, they just lost their damn mind and just couldn't the frenzy from the crowd, the frenetic energy from South Carolina. Kentucky lost their damn mind, and then they lose on that buzzer beater, and you just have to laugh. And I don't even care. I actually had a little money on them. I laughed so hard. That was the best loss I've ever had in my life. I was like, you're an idiot. So that was fun. And then, and that's what I'm saying is that is just the beginning, because you had not only that, you had the 5th ranked team in the country. What did I tell y'all? Seton Hall goes out there and smacks Butler 78-70. And also Georgetown beats Creighton, who had just creeped into the top 25. Wichita State broke my heart last night. Not that I'm a Wichita State fan, but they did beat Memphis in last Thursday or something. And now they lose to Temple last night, and it wasn't a loss. They got their butts whipped by Temple. Straight up just got their butts whipped. They couldn't hit the broadside of a barn last night. You could have had the ocean.
Couldn't hit sand if they fell off a camel.
I was going to say, those suckers couldn't hit the ocean, man, with the basketball. It was pitiful, bro. So it was a wild night in basketball. It was a wild night in sports. These are all the things I'm stoked for. And again, San Diego, only undefeated team left. But other things that I'm stoked for. My friend Austin, I talked with him. I talked with my other friend Alan. It's kind of weird. They all got the A's. And then we all got in touch with a good old friend back in the day, Arthur Smith, who's the offensive coordinator for the Titans. And he brought up some things about, God, I hope I'm not going to get in trouble. He basically just brought up, how nice it is to be able to call plays when you have literally, he thinks, the best offensive line in football. One of the better blocking tight ends in football and the biggest beast you've ever seen. Plus, you have Tajay Sharp and A.J. Brown. And people forget, Marcus Mariota, you thought would have been great in this system, but Ryan Tannehill has come in and played as good as any quarterback in all of football. Do you remember those 2 touchdown passes he threw last week? Those were BB's perfect throws. Those look like they came from Aaron Damn Rodgers.
People don't want to, give me this conversation, but, I look at that offense and I wonder how Mariota couldn't.
I do, too.
Because it's got to be neck up at that point. It's got to be straight.
It is.
Making your decisions, making the wrong ones.
He was always slow.
But judging by what his college career was,
because
you could have projected him to be.
That projection teaches you that Chip Kelly it was basically a one-reader run, and it was let go of the ball. And he can complete passes if he knows he's going here and doing all this motion, but he has one read, and he's going to throw to this receiver or that receiver. Having 1, 2, and 3 reads, he cannot do.
But considering what Tannehill has done, it's like he doesn't even have to throw the ball. He threw the ball 14 times, completed 7.
It was perfect.
Completed 7 against the best team in the league the whole year, and they won the game.
Let's not forget they held Baltimore to 12 points. People keep forgetting that Logan Ryans and all those that defense I talked about. Tyreek Hill came out and said that nobody can cover these wide receivers and all this stuff. And I'm going to say, well, I hear what you're saying, but they have, you go talk to the Patriots. And then talk to Baltimore, who was the number 1 scoring team. And by the way, Kansas City, when you played the Titans, they beat you because you know what? If you can score in a minute and 30 seconds, congratulations. If they take 9 minutes and do the exact same damn thing, by the end of the game, your defense is going to be so worn out, there's no way in hell you're going to be able to tackle Derrick Henry. If he gets 150 yards, Kansas City, you lose.
We talked about this, if the Patriots and the Ravens could not stop and hold Derrick Henry under 180 yards rushing, what are the Chiefs going to give up? 220, 250? It just doesn't make sense. The matchup is weird. And not to mention, the Titans already went in to KC and beat them this year. So I look at it, and maybe people think that KC is streaking at the right time. Pat Mahomes can get it done, but that Titans team is built right now for a playoff run.
Big question. One of the biggest defensive players, Mr. Jones, how important is it that he's healthy? Everybody said that he was going to play. Everybody said that unequivocally this man's going to be back. It's going to be very big for Kansas City. Did you know he wasn't in practice again? Did you know that, Gabe? Did you not hear that?
Who?
Mr. Chris Jones. The best player for Kansas City.
Big issue, defensive tackle, 3-tech. Oh,
if
God, that's
he doesn't play,
a big loss.
Realistically, in all honesty, with Taylor Lewan, with their center, with Conklin, with everybody out there just running, with the Titans doing what they're doing, if he's not playing, it is going to be a loss of epic proportion.
And I also did
opinion.
speak wrong. The Titans, it was in Nashville when they beat the Chiefs, but they still beat the Chiefs.
Yeah, they beat them.
Pat.
Mm-hmm. So sure did.
It is what it is.
It is. It sure is. And I will say one thing. You got to give straight up credit to where credit is due. And again, that secondary from Kenny Vaccaro and Amani Hooker, Adoree Jackson, Kevin Byrd, Logan Ryan, all of them, the way they've been playing, they can do it. And then the fact that you have a defensive tackle in Jarrell Casey, a defensive end in Jeffrey Simmons, you have linebackers like Evans, Wesley Woodyard. You got guys that are straight up ballers. People in the whatchamacallit show like to say Rough Riders or something. Look, those dudes, I'm being dead serious. Kansas City, Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback I have ever seen in my life. He was the MVP last year in his first year starting. He backs that up with he's not going to win the MVP. But you know what? If he gets through the Titans, he might be the MVP of the dead gum Super Bowl. But he's got to get through the Titans. And the biggest problem is that defense is running into their worst nightmare. An offensive line that is big, brutal, and physical. A running back that can kill you. And then you have 2 talented wide receivers in Sharp and A.J. Brown. And I will say one thing. You got a quarterback who's playing as hot as anybody in the postseason in Ryan Tannehill. And that's why he was the offensive player of the month in December. 12 touchdowns, 1 interception because he was a baller.
Speaking of that quarterback, when you look at what he's done this year with the Titans, we talked about a new contract. He's going to be a free agent after this year, unrestricted. If you're the Titans, what dollar amount can you throw at this guy? How high are you going to have to make this offer to not make.
Wow.
He could go elsewhere at this point. I feel like
He
other
won't.
people will be
There's
in the running to go try and get him.
no way. I'm going to tell you something. This man realizes something that they like him in Tennessee. He with that tackle when he threw the one interception, and he went and tackled that
It's a good
guy.
fit.
The way the offensive line is Rough Riders. He was a wide receiver for a while at Texas A&M. You know what I mean? This is a physical quarterback.
But here's
as
my
well.
point: if they don't offer him a dollar amount that he sees suffice,
I think right now he will be very sufficed with what they offer, and I think he's also going to be sufficed because he was in such a bad situation with Adam Gase and in Miami that him and his wife now feel like they're a part of a community in Nashville. They've both come out and said that she set roots up in Nashville. They love Mike Vrabel, get along with like him and Arthur, are like buddies. When you and your OC can talk and get on the chalkboard and y'all are seeing the same thing, that is a match that is made in heaven. And it works for them. And again, this is a Titans team that came basically out of nowhere. They were the 6th seed, and when things started going in the right direction, unfortunately, I don't like to say this, but when they made the move from Marcus Mariota to Ryan Tannehill, that's when the change started to happen for this team. And by the way, just so you know, one other side note, 8 men in the box, 8. Derrick Henry is averaging 8.4 yards.
How much
per carry.
But I will say this: when Mariota got switched out for Tannehill, I wonder how much that Derrick Henry absolutely loved that. Actually,
He loved it.
A quarterback keeping a defense honest with the play action is all he needed, and Mariota was not providing that.
No, he was not. He was missing everything and couldn't hit anybody, and he was trying to run, and it was just, it didn't make any sense. But anyway, it's been fun. These are the things I'm stoked for. I'm stoked tonight about the Tigers and the Bearcats. We're going to talk next with, oh yeah, that's right, my good friend. It's Mitch Davis. By the way, Isaac Simpson, all you people, give him a little love. Think about him. He's got the dang flu, man.
Get your flu shots.
Dude,
Get 'em.
I feel like I had it this year too, and I got
You
my
know,
flu shot.
You know, there's the people out there who say if you get the flu shot, you're more likely to get the flu.
No, I get it every year.
I don't
and I've only
believe
gotten it a
it,
couple
but-
times, but it's horrible, and it didn't last as long. They say when you get the flu shot too. Like they said it'd been worse, and if it was any worse, that was 2 days of almost death. Like 2 days where I literally, like, honey left. She's like, he's got the flu. When your fever goes down, call me. We'll be back. The only people that stayed with me were my dogs. It's like me and my dogs. Just me
Can
and
dogs
my
catch
dogs.
the flu?
I don't know. If they could, I hope they didn't. I don't think they can, or I don't think they did. I know we can pass things back and forth somehow, like certain things, like they can get sick from us or us from them. But I don't think flu is one of them. But anyway, if you know more and you're a doctor or somebody, 67129, you can make us look really, really smart or really, really stupid. But hit us up and let us know. But I will tell you, I am fired up to talk about the Bearcats. I am fired up to talk about this Tigers team. I was shocked, and no offense, I love middays. And I'm not saying that Greg or Eli said anything that was wrong. And no disrespect to the caller. Like, I'm not trying to say you were wrong. But how could you attack Alex Lomax? Have you what? Like, see, this is where I get a little bit, like, angry. Like, have you been to the games? Because I have. Have you watched the games? Because I have. Boogie Ellis should be in there. Why? Like, are you kidding me? He has been so boogie bad. It's not even funny, and I don't like saying that about a college kid, and I'm praying because he is unbelievably talented. But we saw Alo and Tyler Harris, and we have seen many freshmen who come into college, and there is a jump from AAU circuit high school basketball to big-time college basketball. And they're grown men versus young kids coming into the game.
And the same caller mentioned, oh, well, I think we need to slow it down. They need
Slow it down.
No, absolutely, positively
I was
not.
freaking out listening to that.
Absolutely
I was like, slow
not.
It down.
When they slow it down and get into a half-court pace, they are one of
the worst
teams in the
country.
It's just not. That's not their style of play. They want to get up and down the court, use their athleticism.
Like, OMG. Yeah, defense, run, get that ball, get out, get DJ, dunking, get Precious Achiuwa getting missed rebounds and going up and slamming that junt home.
With DJ and Damian, though, you just want to see them
Lester
back to
hit
normal.
Something.
You just want to see them back to normal after their little flu mishap. So that's been a big part of the way they've been playing lately.
And tonight's a big night, by the way, for the Tigers all the way around, because I don't think people realize not only do they have the Cincinnati-Memphis thing going down, like that's huge at their house. Memphis is a 4.5-point favorite. Total's 141.5. They got to get this bad boy. But Oregon plays tonight against Washington State. Oregon's a 9.5-point favorite on the road. The total is only 139. If they go out there and just absolutely bury Washington State, that again will, of course, help Memphis. You're rooting for all the teams that have straight up unequivocally have beaten who? Memphis. Now, speaking of the teams that beat Memphis, did you know Georgia beat Memphis? You remember that, right?
Yeah, but the game last night, Georgia versus Tennessee, that's an uncomfortable one.
You
didn't know what you. I guess the home team.
That 7-footer came out and he looked like a bum. I mean, he didn't look like what the Tennessee fans were saying that I was going to see. Like, dude, get ready. You're about to see the greatest ball player in the history of this world. This 7-foot beast that's been approved by the NCAA out of Arizona State is going to come and change Rick Barnes' entire season. It's on. And you know what happened last night? Tennessee was so bad, it's not even funny. Like, they were one of the worst teams you could basically ever say, period. Like, what do you want to say about how bad Tennessee was last night? Was there a worse team in the country playing last night on the court that you watched? And I want you to be honest. If you're a Tennessee fan, the score was 63-80. They only lost by 17. It was 47-28 at halftime. It got even worse. And then they took out literally everybody and put the water boy and a couple people in the first round. And then I think they had the mascot take off his mascot thing, and he put on some clothes and went out and played. And y'all went on a nice little run, and it made it a little bit more like you didn't lose by 30.
The quote only lost by 17. I think that's the key there.
Dude, it was
bad.
It was so bad. And then last but not least, I have to take a break. But I got to tell you, this is so important because I'm coming back with the man, and we're talking Tigers, so you don't want to touch that dial. You know we're on 96.1 and 87.7 FM, plus the original AM 560. But don't forget Sports 56 WHBQ on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Periscope, and YouTube. But the last thing I wanted to say that was very important before I get to Mitch, didn't I tell you all that Anthony Edwards was the real deal Holyfield? Did I not? Did I not say to you, watch out? What did he do to Tennessee? Anthony Edwards went out there and dropped like 26 points, something like that?
26
points. Dude, he was just like...
I want to see the efficiency numbers go a little higher, man. He shoots a lot. He's 7 for 17, but he is a really ridiculous talent.
He is a
right now, he's the first overall pick, and I don't really see anybody else that close.
Interesting. I like that. By the way, speaking of interesting, MemphisFarmers.com. Go check out Chad Gatlin. That's MemphisFarmers.com. Coming up next, Mitch Davis talking Tigers. Real deal Holyfield. I'm stoked tonight. It's the Tigers. It's the Bearcats. 6 o'clock, FedEx Forum, Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7 FM.
Sports Time with Rollo and Stats. Every weekday afternoon from 3 till 6. Right here on Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7.
That's the sound of NyQuil Severe hard at work. NyQuil Severe is the best sleep with a cold medicine. No tossing and turning, just rest and recovery. So you're ready to take on tomorrow. For powerful relief of your worst cold and flu symptoms, try NyQuil Severe. The nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, stuffy head, best sleep with a cold? Medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Hey, it's Flo. And you know what word I've never understood? Top hat. Aren't all hats on top? They're like the toppest part of every outfit, unless I've been doing it wrong. That's why I stick with simple words like Flotection. It means the sense of security you'll feel when your new home is protected by home insurance through me and Progressive. Also, there shouldn't be a top hat unless there's a bottom hat. Wait, is that what underwear is?
Save an average of 17% on car insurance when you bundle home and auto through Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Discount not available in all states or situations.
Make your day smoking with the Big Green Egg. You can smoke, bake, roast, sear, and grill, all with a lifetime warranty. Ceramic never rusts, and the easy, accurate temperature control gives you the greatest range of any grill. Make your next grill your last with the Big Green Egg. Available at these nearby locations: Hamilton Fireplace Shop, 4462 Summer Avenue; Germantown Hardware Company, 2083 South Germantown Road; Garden Spas and Pool, 9393 Poplar Avenue; and East Memphis Ace Hardware, 5143 Quince Road.
Got something you want to get off your chest?
You better have a backup plan.
Want to join the conversation?
Someone needs to tell him he has to grow up.
Join us on the First Bank phone lines at 360-8255 or the First Bank text line at 67129. For over 25 years, Sports 56 has been bringing you great local sports talk. Available on AM 560, 96.1 FM, and 87.7 FM. With 12 hours of local talk daily, we continue to be Memphis's local sports leader. Get your day started with the Peter Edmiston Experience with CJ Hurt from 7 to 10. Sports 56 middays with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy takes you through lunch from 10 until 1. And then, John Harden brings you Johnny Radio's Happy Hour from 1 to 3. Dave Wolochin and Brett Norsworthy drive you home every afternoon with Sports Time with Wolo and Stats from 3 till 6. And John Rennie wraps up the day with Southern Sports Report from 6 to 7 before we turn things over to Fox Sports Radio to get you through the evening. We also bring you Ole Miss sports, NFL football, and the NCAA basketball tournament. Don't miss anything. Keep your radio locked in right here on Real Sports Talk. Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7. Now back to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour.
Kick it over here.
This hour is brought to you by MemphisFarmers.com. Insurance coverage backed by a local agent and a brand trusted nationwide. We are farmers. MemphisFarmers.com.
Thick and thin, I'm your pusher man. I'm your pusher man.
You know I'm your pusher man. I am your sports mixologist, John Harden. Thank you for tuning in to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. Y'all know y'all got now 2 FM channels to check out, 96.1 and 87.7 FM. And I'm going to tell you right now, as much as I've loved 87.7 FM, I've made the switch to 96.1 just because I can go all the way down to Tupelo, downtown, and go all the way down to Tunica. I can, and by the way, in Tunica, it just sounds perfect. It sounds perfect pretty much everywhere.
I was gonna say,
plus you have
that's
the original Gangster AM 560. See, I don't know. I don't go much out to like this Dover.
The 96.1 has become the OG. I can hear it from everywhere around the city.
It is strong, isn't it? Man, I love that. I love that one. Yeah, that's my favorite, to be honest with you. I like them all, but man, don't forget also to get the app and everything and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Periscope, YouTube, you name it. And then, of course, Gabe at G_Coon71. He's already tweeted out the show. I'm going to tweet it out now. You know Mitch Davis is going to join us. We're going to do a little straight no chaser. We got Hardwood. We got things we're stoked for. Hey, we're going to have Jerome Bettis coming up next week. Arthur Smith when the season's over, whenever that is, maybe hopefully for him after the Super Bowl. We got all kinds of things. Eli's heading down to Miami. He's going to do a great job, but we're also going to have to pray. Eli, Miami is a city that could get you, couldn't it? Like, that's one of those cities that you're like, man, that's a city that could get you. Whoo-wee, that could get you. Kind of scares me, I'll tell you that much. Now, speaking of things that could get you, if you're a Tiger fan right now and you're looking around and you're watching the NCAA basketball, you're looking around and it seems like anybody that gets ranked high, they get got, if you know what I'm saying. And my man Mitch Davis has been watching all the Tiger basketball, especially with our good buddy Isaac Simpson, doing everything over at Rivals and TigerSportsReport.com. Mitch, how are you doing today?
Man, Harden, how you doing, man? I'm doing good.
Dude, I am so glad to hear that. Man, I miss you. I can't wait to talk to you about this. I'm fired up, and I want to know, man, how How excited are you about and stoked for watching this Tigers and Bearcats game, and how close do you think this bad boy is going to be?
I wrote the article yesterday, talking my preview article, how close I actually really think this is going to be. This is going to be a game, at like any other Cincinnati-Memphis basketball game. It's the 80th meeting. Last season, both games were decided by 7 points. And I fully expect this season to be no different between the Bearcats and Memphis, because these two teams, as everybody knows across the 901, Memphis hates Cincinnati. Cincinnati hates Memphis. It's a rivalry that goes back old as time. It's going to be a great game tonight, and I fully expect this to possibly be one of the better games we see throughout the entire basketball season.
Now, I have to ask you, in all honesty, and I want to know where you think this team's head's at. Like, realistically, they're 2-1 in conference. They're 13-3 on the season. They don't have any bad losses. I mean, Georgia, I talked about it. Anthony Edwards, he didn't have that great of a game, but I mean, Georgia can go off and get a big W. I mean, they dominated yesterday. They made Tennessee look so embarrassingly bad, it wasn't even funny. Like, they beat the brakes off them. So this Georgia team, they're very hard to figure out. They're conflicting. Oregon, it was at their place. They're ranked 8th in the country. You can understand that. Wichita State getting dropped by Temple last night, I couldn't believe that. I was agitated by that. But the way Memphis looked against them, it was confusing. And basically what I'm saying is college basketball this year is so wide open. The only team that's undefeated is San Diego State. Why do people around this city almost feel like, or at least when I talk to some of them, I feel their angst and their anxiety, and they almost feel like the sky is falling. And I'm like, do you realize they are 13-3 and 2-1 in conference, and we're really kind of just getting going forward?
I think a lot of that is the fact that the AAC is likely to get 2 teams in the NCAA tournament this year. Isaac and I were talking about that last night. And, with Memphis, they don't have a bad loss, but they don't have a good win yet. They had an opportunity at Wichita State. They had an opportunity against Georgia. They've had several opportunities to get good quality wins, but they don't have one yet. And
yeah,
I think
Tennessee
that's
doesn't look good anymore. The NC State doesn't look very, big. Yeah, I know what you're saying in that aspect, but you can only do. But the thing is, this is where I'm saying is, I feel like this team is so talented. Why wouldn't they be 1 or 2 in the American? Like, I can't see how they wouldn't be. Like, I realistically feel like if they're not number 1, then they are number 2. And if they're not number 2, I'm going to be upset. Even though you get a break, if you finish 1 through 4, that's the most important thing for the tournament. But they should be at least a top 2 seed, in my opinion. What do you think?
Yeah, I completely agree with that. And I think it all comes down to the Cincinnati game tonight. If Memphis can come out and not only just win by 20 points like everybody wants them to, but if they can come out and just get a 1-point victory over the Cincinnati Bearcats, that'll set them up beautifully for the rest of the schedule, because that'll, take that monkey off the back. They'll finally have a good quad 2 win over Cincinnati. And I think that would really set them up for the rest of the season. And tonight is so crucial for Memphis. If they lose, they have to go now and backtrack the rest of the season and try to, forget about the Georgia loss, forget about the Cincinnati loss, and those losses start piling up towards the NCAA tournament resume. But if you win tonight, you flip the script a little bit. Now you go in the rest of conference play. You got a 2-game winning streak after defeating USF and after defeating Cincinnati. You go on the road, I think Tulsa, and then you've got SMU coming back from Memphis. It's so crucial to win this game tonight. If you don't win this game tonight, you're going to be backtracking going, oh, crap, I don't have a resume here. And then you're going to start having those freak-out moments where, hey, you've got to get a win here, you've got to get a win here. Every game then becomes a must-win. If you win tonight, it takes care of itself, and you're allowed maybe 1 or 2 more slip-ups. But if you lose tonight, it puts yourself in a really big bind.
Man, and this is, I hear what you're saying, and this is where I want to start talking about this game and breaking it down, and this is where I'm going to be honest with you. The Bearcats, we talk about how, Memphis has struggled lately offensively. But they came back in that second half and they clamped down on defense and they did what they had to do. You look around, they still have Lester Quiones who can lay one down. They still got, Tyler Harris who can go out there and get buckets. They got a madman, I call him, in DJ Jeffries, who I think realistically can do it all. Precious, he's going to get his. You know he's going to have that double-double and just do his thing. And I look at how bad Cincinnati is at scoring. I look at how good Memphis is at defense. And I realistically think at home in FedEx Forum, if we're 13,000 strong, FedEx Forum is going absolutely crazy. Everybody and their grandmother shows up, and Memphis comes out and plays like they did in the second half and plays a lot more mature. I think that this is going to be a 14-point win.
You know, I think it's going to be a lot closer. I do think Memphis wins, but the key to this tonight is, and the key to the rest of the season, I wrote this in another article last week, is being able to come out of the gate and start strong. And that's something that Memphis has struggled with all season long, is they have these slow starts. You saw against
and they're
Tulane,
turning the ball over way too much.
Exactly. And they, you know, against Tulane, they got down, I think, was it 14-0 or 14-2 or something along those lines, and they had to claw their way back in. They can't afford to do that against the Cincinnati team, who, if they get hot behind the arc, that Cincinnati team is going to be very hard to beat. This is not Mick Cronin's team where they're going to pound it and grind it out. No, this is a Cincinnati team that likes to play without, you know, with beyond the 3-point line. If they can start hitting those shots early, Tigers might be in trouble. So that's why it's so crucial to get Lester involved, to get DJ involved, to get Precious involved, you know, get all these guys involved and get the Tigers to get that fast-paced start. If they don't, it's going to be another close game. It's going to be one of those games where it could go 50-50. But if Tigers come out, they put their foot on the throttle a little bit, I think the Tigers do come out to a 10-point win.
And don't you think that John Brandon, him being in his first year, and people want to talk about, I guess Penny just being in his second, do you not feel like Memphis has the advantage in that? You know what I mean by that?
I do. I do, actually. And I think, you know, we see that a couple, you know, big rivalry games across college basketball. We saw that, for example, in the Kentucky-Louisville game earlier in the year. You had a first-year head coach in Chris Mack, second-year head coach, going up against a guy that's been there for 11, 12 years. You know, and Chris Mack wasn't used to that magnitude of a game. You know, Louisville had every chance to win. And I think we're going to see that in Cincinnati. I think Cincinnati's going to have their chance to win tonight, maybe turn over the Tigers. But I think the Tigers, just because it is year two of Penny, and Penny's been here before, has played Cincinnati before, I think that is a big advantage for the Tigers, especially playing in front of I think it's almost sold out, 17,000, 18,000 strong tonight at the FedEx Forum. I think that also plays a big, huge advantage for the Tigers.
Now, when you look at Cumberland's, the Cumberlands, what is it? Jared and Javian, they, you know, they, you know, like they kind of give you a little bit of fear in some aspects, but I just look at this Tiger team and I think about everything they can throw out, and I think the way that, you know, this team plays from the inside out, I just don't see this working out in their favor. Like, I look at certain matchups, and, you know, we do this more so in football than even in basketball. But when you do it in basketball, you can still do it. And when you look at the matchup, does Cincinnati not, at least in your opinion, is this not a horrible matchup for them?
I think it is, because Cincinnati, they have one player. They have Jaron Cumberland, you know, averaging 14.5 points a game, 5.8 assists per game. When you look at Cumberland, Jaron Cumberland, he's a one-man show. He didn't have – last year he had all the support cast and a great team around him, a great coach around him. But this year, Cincinnati lives and dies by the three-point line. And you see that a lot in college basketball. You know, if that team gets hot and they shoot 65, 75%, then that team, you know, usually wins. But a lot of times that outside shot doesn't hit. And that's something that Cincinnati, with their 6 losses, has really struggled with this season is, you know, in those 6 losses, I think they've shot a combined total of like 30% from behind the three-point line. And when you shoot that low and you're playing on the road, it's going to spell disaster for Cincinnati. And I think you're going to see that tonight against Memphis. Is Cincinnati's going to live and die by that three-point line. They don't have a true big man, and I think that's
Chris Boyd is their big man, and I am so sorry. He is like, I mean, this is a dude who's 7'1", 260 pounds, but he's getting 13 points a game. He was getting 6-point rebounds and all this stuff, and that's what I'm trying to say is like. I don't know. I think he's going to get smoked. He won't be able to keep up. Like if Memphis is getting turnovers and stuff, it's going to get ugly fast, I think. That's why I'm saying, like, matchup wise, they are not as fast. They just, I don't know, man. I just don't see how it is that I I look at the entire American Athletic Conference. I mean, like, I look at the entire American, and I see two teams that totally play opposite and don't match up well, and it's Memphis and Cincinnati. And I give the entire advantage over to Memphis, from coaching to point to all the way to the five, from whatever you want to play it, however you want to put it, and also the fact that it's in Memphis and they're coming off how they played a horrible game in the first half of South Florida, had 22 turnovers in that ball game. I just think you're going to see a lockdown team, and I think people are going to walk into FedEx Forum tonight expecting one thing, and they're going to walk out seeing something different, and then everybody tomorrow on Friday is going to be like, damn. Sorry, we were freaking out about Penny.
And I also think that Penny Hardaway is starting to hear that noise of 6 straight losses to Cincinnati. You know, Memphis has not beaten them since 6 years. I mean, since the 2015-2016 season. I think Penny Hardaway feels that pressure. And like you said, again, another advantage goes towards Tigers because, as everybody knows, Penny Hardaway produces when his back is against the wall. And I really, really feel like this Memphis team understands, hey, we haven't beaten this team in 6 drives. You know, since the 2015-2016 season, this is the 80th meeting between these teams. I think Memphis comes out motivated and ready to play against the Bearcats tonight.
You know, and I wanted to ask you this. It's a weird question. The American, like last night, it felt like the SEC, the Southeastern Conference, was kind of on display, if you know what I mean. Do you know what I mean by that?
Yeah.
You know, if you were a sports fan last night, you were watching probably SEC basketball. Like, let's just be real. That's what was shown. That's what everybody and their grandmother that I know was, you know, talking to, and everybody that I knew what they were doing. That's what they all said they were doing. Hey, what you doing tonight? Oh, you know, SEC basketball. That's what's on TV, right? Yep. Oh, that's on. It's Wednesday night. You know, you had good matchups with Kentucky, South Carolina. That Alabama and Auburn game. It's an Iron Bowl in basketball. And again, Auburn was undefeated and ranked 4th in the country, and they got beat bad. Should have lost by 20, lost by 19. Should have lost by a lot more than that. You know what I'm saying? There were a lot of really good games, but in the SEC was really big last night. And the fact that you had Auburn fall and Kentucky fall and then Tennessee get embarrassed by a Georgia team that you lost to, what do you think that does for Penny and recruiting in this area? As if like, you know, for a while we thought, you know, Cal and it was Auburn, and you looked around Mississippi State. I mean, coaching in the SEC, let's just be real. In basketball, it's the real deal. Holyfield. They got some serious coaching. But it feels like Memphis is still can go in anywhere, and there's no way they can do it when it comes to football. But it feels like in basketball that right now Memphis actually has the advantage over a Power 5 conference. And I almost feel like when I say that, I sound like I'm doing drugs, but I don't feel like, you know what I mean? Like, that sounds like a lunatic statement to even say. Memphis doesn't even have close to the money, but the fact that you have the fan support, you have the big giant arena, you have Penny Hardaway, you have like the history. I just feel like it's, you know, SEC is all about football, and I still feel like Memphis can hold it down, as where they were losing things with Josh, lost everything with Tubby, and then it's amazing how fast they started coming back up because, man, all we were talking about was, Kermit Davis, and we were talking about John and Rick Barnes and all these things in the SEC. But now Memphis is basically, and I know it hurts you because I think you're an SEC fan, but is Memphis not basically stepped up into the big boy shoes?
You know, I cover college basketball from the national spectrum as well, and I was actually talking to Blake Lovell today from SoutheastHoops.com and Marching to Madness. So we were talking about that on my podcast today, and one of the things is you see a lot of parity in college basketball, not just with Memphis. You know, you see Butler, they're number 5 in the country now. Seton Hall's doing well. You see this across college basketball. It's not just Memphis. You know, it's not just Kentucky. It's not just whoever else. It is literally everybody in college basketball. The wealth is being spread around the table, and I truly, truly don't believe anybody has that one advantage. You know, when you look at Duke, when you look at Memphis, when you look at Butler, you get all these guys, the different types of guys that go into these programs that are perfect fit for these programs, whether it's Lester Quinones at Memphis or Tyrese Maxey at Kentucky, or you've got the kids at Butler, you got the kids at Duke. These kids that go to these programs are the perfect fits for that program. And I think you see that across college basketball. When you have Auburn that was undefeated until last night, Alabama Nate Oates is going to be a really good ball club to watch as the season goes on. I think that is the best way how to answer that question. Is the parity in college basketball has really just spread out the wealth. I mean, everybody who goes to a school is the perfect fit for that school, for that conference. You know,
a lot of ballers out there.
Yeah, I really truly don't believe anybody has the one-up advantage. I don't believe that Penny Hardaway has the advantage on Cal or Penny Hardaway has the coach advantage on Butler. I think that these guys finally realized, and we finally realized in college basketball, hey, maybe this kid, Tyrese Maxey, is a good fit at Kentucky, or Devontae Shuler is a good fit at Ole Miss. Hey, maybe Lester Quinones is a good fit for Memphis. I think it all just depends on coaching. And you know what? You can have all the 5 stars in the world and still not win a national championship. You know, we've seen that year in and year out in college basketball. That's what makes this NCAA tournament so beautiful. You have 3 weeks. Anybody, anything can happen during those 3 weeks. And you know what? Everybody puts so much stock on the regular season. Truthfully, nothing really truly matters until you get to March Madness, until you get to those conference tournaments. And I really think you start to see that in college basketball. I mean, the SEC, we talked about the SEC. SEC is probably going to get 6-7 teams in, but they're also going to beat the heck out of each other. You're going to have Auburn losing to Kentucky. You're going to have Kentucky losing to Arkansas. You're going to have Arkansas, beating Mississippi State, losing to LSU or whatever it is. And you see that in the American. You see that in the Big 12. You see that in the Pac-12. You see that in all these conferences. So, to answer your question, I really don't think there's that much of a gap in between programs now because, Memphis has the perfect fit for their guys, and Kentucky has the perfect fit for their guys, and Duke and Arkansas and so on and so on. And that's why you see college basketball the best that it's ever been in my lifetime. And I've been alive for 23 years. I'm a diehard college basketball junkie. I love college basketball. But I have never seen college basketball so great until this year. I mean,
that's going to be an interesting statement. I'm going to have to leave it on that because I can tell that you're young, and I know it's 6'7", there's going to be a lot of people that say before you were even born, young man, college basketball was at its peak. Then young people are going to feel this. That was a very interesting statement. If you want to get more Mitch Davis, go at Mitch Davis _8. Check out his podcast and always go at No Huddle Sports, at _ No Huddle Sports for his SEC work. And then, of course, he's the Memphis beat writer at Rivals _Memphis. And he does, like I said, a little SEC work. That's why I was giving a little SEC jab. Mitch, it was good to hear from you. Happy New Year. I love you, brother. Be good out there.
Happy New Year to y'all, man. Love you, bro.
That's my man, Mitch Davis. Now, we're coming back to, break this down a little bit more. It's Tigers. It's Bearcats. It's tonight. Sports 56, 96.1, and, of course, 87.7 FM.
Search Sports 56 on Facebook and give us a like. And follow us on Twitter at Sports 56 WHBQ.
Is your wife asking you to stop eating junk food? Well, we have you covered at Humdinger's. It's quick and it's healthy, and most important, it tastes amazing. With many choices from salmon salad to rainbow trout and grilled asparagus. Come visit us for lunch at Humdinger's, 6300 Poplar Avenue. So good, Coach Penny eats with us weekly. Don't forget, Humdinger's offers full-service catering for weddings, social events, or your corporate lunches. You can call 901-260-8292 to find out more.
Hi, Saver. Walgreens here. We like the way you save. Take coffee. You know it doesn't have to cost $4 a cup, so you make your own. And co-pays on Medicare Part D. You save up to $5 and get 100 Balance Rewards points on each prescription when Walgreens is your preferred pharmacy. Save smartly on Med D. Walgreens. Trusted since 1901. Copay savings on Tier 1 generic drugs available through select plans that include Walgreens as a preferred pharmacy. Points cannot be earned in Arkansas, New Jersey, or New York. Complete details at walgreens.com/balance.
Upgrade your commute at Acura of Memphis. Seize the thrill and test drive one of our award-winning models, each packed with cutting-edge technology, luxurious amenities, and a driving experience that's sure to awaken your inner self. Driving shouldn't be a chore, it should be an adventure. Advance your drive today, shop our aggressive lease and finance options now. Luxury is waiting at Acura of Memphis, or shop online 24/7. Visit AcuraofMemphis.com.
If it's time for a new gun, rifle, or silencer, Tactical Guns and Gear in Collierville on Highway 72 is the best place to go. I promise they have the newest, most exciting selection of guns and silencers you could ever want. I don't care if you shoot for fun, hunt, or just need a gun for personal protection, Tactical Guns and Gear has the best selection of firearms around. The only one-stop silencer shop in Tennessee. In less than 10 minutes, they do all the paperwork. Take your photo, originate gun trust, take your prints electronically, and the best part, you never have to scan them again. Yes, silencers are legal. No special licensing, just a simple background check. Silencers don't make your firearms silent. They simply reduce noise for more enjoyable shooting, help protect against hearing loss, reduce recoil. It makes you more accurate. Best silencer place in the entire state of Tennessee, right here in Collierville. For all things guns and gear, ask for Jake or Jim at Tactical Guns and Gear on Highway 72 and tell them Eli says hi. Online at tacticalgunsandgear.com.
Now back to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. This hour is brought to you by MemphisFarmers.com. Insurance coverage backed by a local agent and a brand trusted nationwide. We are farmers. MemphisFarmers.com.
Show me the way to the next whiskey bar. Oh, don't ask why. Oh, don't ask why. Show me the way to the next whiskey bar. Oh, don't ask why.
What is up? Welcome back into a little Johnny Radio Happy Hour, and thank you for tuning in. We've been talking with everybody and their grandmother, and we're talking everything from Tigers tonight playing the Bearcats. We're talking about what's going on with OBJ, and can you believe there's an arrest warrant? Oh, yeah. Hardenwood is going to be so good. At 2:30 today, you better be tuned in. We got Straight No Chaser coming up. And by the way, I just got to say, also, Carlos Beltran. Did I say he was going to get let go by the Mets?
We're talking about baseball. If anything happened, they let go of their people so quick.
Yeah, he's gone. Told you.
Anything pops
AJ
up in a
Hinch,
negative light, they're gone.
Alex Cora, my man Beltran, before he even coached his first game, is gone. And a lot of people are like, I can't believe they did that. Dude, he was the only player who was explicitly spelled out in Rob Manfred's report. The only player. Like, hold up. Let me explain something to you. It says in the report that Alex Cora and Carlos Beltran basically cooked up the whole thing. AJ Hinch basically destroys a monitor, and he's not even down with it. It says Jeffrey Lunau's like, yo, let's do this. And people are like, why did they fire Carlos Beltran? Obviously, because you didn't read anything.
So that is true. But technically, he did not get fired. He stepped down.
Oh, I know that. That's what's so awesome. Like,
I love when people do. It's like, hey, I'm not going to fire you, but
Alex
make sure you
Cora
step
was
down.
not fired by Boston. He stepped down. It was a mutual agreement. Yeah, he mutually agreed to say, you know what, I'm going to say face because I'm going to give up all this money because I don't want to get sued and for misleading and blah, 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 blah. Like, there was all kinds of reasons that he, quote, stepped down. And there was a mutual parting of ways. It works out in both ways. It works out for both clubs. For the man and the club.
But in those situations, it's never mutual.
Yeah.
It is never mutual.
It's like, no. Here's what it is. Man, you gonna call me out really hard? Nah, I guess not.
I guess it's honestly, it's the GM saying, hey, or the owner saying, hey, do you want to get fired or step down? Make the decision right now. And I guess step down would be, that saves your face quicker.
Sure does. Sure does. I'm fired up because we will probably have one of the best Hardenwoods we've had all year long. We've got OBJ. We've got arrest warrants. We've got craziness. I am fired up. Plus, we're going to have a little Straight No Chaser. We have so much stuff to talk about, but don't forget Hempville. HEMP. Help educate more people. I got two places for you. They're the only place I know that has flour as well as oils and all that stuff. You can also go down in Oxford, 1801 Jackson Avenue. Everybody in Oxford, though, knows about Hempville. I need the people in South Haven, 562 Goodman Road in Memphis to realize you can head down there and you can get flour and all kinds of oils and anything that's bothering you. Their mission is to make you feel better. Go to Hempville. They're going to help educate you, and they're going to make you feel better. I can promise you that. Check out HempvilleCBD.com online. You're going to love them. Tell Ben I said what's up. Now, we'll be right back. We got OBJ. We got Oh My Goodness. We got Temple beating the brakes off Wichita State. We got so much to talk about, it's not even funny. And don't forget, Tigers tonight, Bearcats, Titans, a 7-point favorite over the Chiefs. You got the 49ers, a 7.5-point favorite over Green Bay. Oh, my goodness. Get ready for the best second hour on Sports 56 96.1. And never forget, MemphisFarmers.com on Sports 56 96.1 and 87.7 FM.
Frontier Western Store in Olive Branch is your one-stop shop for apparel and boots. Cold weather is here, and Frontier's selection of Carhartt winter gear is just what you need. Shop a wide assortment of jeans, dungarees, vests, bib overalls, and coats, including Carhartt's classic Sherpa and quilt line jackets. You'll find Carhartt quality at that Frontier low price. A new year brings plenty of new arrivals in Frontier's ladies' boutique department. Dresses, tunics, tops, printed and solid leggings, and so much more. Thousands of tops, t-shirts by Simply Southern, as well as on-trend shoes and fashion boots. And finally, there's the world-famous Frontier Boots showroom. Thousands of name-brand boots for men, women, and children. Ariat, Corral, Rocky, Dan Post, and many more. From rugged work boots to classic dress boots, Frontier has your next favorite pair. Frontier Western Store, 5880 Goodman Road, Olive Branch, or on the web at frontierwesternstore.com. Family owned and operated since 1967.
That's the sound of NyQuil Severe hard at work. NyQuil Severe is the best sleep with a cold medicine. No tossing and turning, just rest and recovery. So you're ready to take on tomorrow. For powerful relief of your worst cold and flu symptoms, try NyQuil Severe. The nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, stuffy head, best sleep with a cold medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Make your day smoking with the Big Green Egg. You can smoke, bake, roast, sear, and grill, all with a lifetime warranty. Ceramic never rusts, and the easy, accurate temperature control gives you the greatest range of any grill. Make your next grill your last with the Big Green Egg. Available at these nearby locations: Hamilton Fireplace Shop, 4462 Summer Avenue; Germantown Hardware Company, 2083 South Germantown Road; Garden Spas and Pool, 9393 Poplar Avenue; and East Memphis Ace Hardware, 5143 Quince Road.
You know what'll be here before you know it? A new Central Barbecue spokesperson? The big game. Which big game? You know the one I mean, the big game, the one we can't legally name in this commercial. Oh, that big game. And just like that, every year, the perfect accompaniment. That's a big word for you. A big word for the big game. Central Barbecue, my friend. When the best two teams in the NFL get together. For the big game. Everyone should order some Central Barbecue and be the hero of the super... Big game. Yes, be the hero of the super big game party. You almost said it. Super... Stop!
You'll see the dedication in every single step. You'll see it in the smiles, when smiles are hard to get. You'll see it in the little things that add up to success. The caring and passion are the things that we love best.
Wolf Chase Limb Brace is your Mid-South provider for orthotics and prosthetics. They are an ABC-accredited facility, and their practitioners are ABC certified. At Wolf Chase Limb Brace, their services include artificial limbs, legs and arms, braces of all kinds, and custom molded inserts. You can call them today at 901-507-7821 for their location on Highway 64 in between Germantown Parkway and Appling Road, or visit them at their new location in Jackson, Tennessee. That number is 731-660-5900, or visit them on the web at wolfchaselemembrace.com.
Wolf Chase Limb and Brace.
You already know you can listen to Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7 anywhere with the Sports 56 app or at sports56whbq.com. But you can also keep up to date with everything going on by keeping up with Sports 56 on social media. Be sure to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch for information on breaking news, chances to win prizes, and video of all the shows. Don't miss out on anything that's going on. Stay in touch with Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7 on social media. We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis, WIVG-FM Tunica Memphis, and WPG-FLP Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations. It's Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. This hour is brought to you by your CBD store, your one-stop for all your natural, organic, and non-GMO CBD products, where good health hits home.
Get out right here. Ladies and gentlemen. And now?
Now, the only man to ever win the World Series of Poker with a Scrabble board, Johnny Harden.
How are you doing on a Thirsty Thursday? Welcome into a little Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. All my peeps out there, I hope you're having a beautiful day. It's getting
John
closer.
is now on board with Thirsty Thursday.
I just wanted to make
I
you feel
never
good.
thought the day would come.
Basically, you know, I've been living with Honey for a long time.
I forget.
I almost want to hang out with a bunch of dudes.
I forget. I forget what ESPN anchor said it the other night. I'll have to look into it, but they said, "Welcome to this Thirsty Thursday edition."
Did they really?
Of ESPN Sports Center. I'll have to find it out.
That is interesting. I'm gonna have to check that one. That bad boy sounds really, really awesome. But I will have to also tell y'all. Obviously, you heard the voice of my friend Gabe Kuhn at G_Kuhn71, and that's KUHN, by the way. So it's at G_KUHN71. Gabe Kuhn, my guy. You can also talk to me, 901-360-8255. We're going to do a little straight no chaser. You can always text us at 67129. A lot of people have been texting, of course. They said the Rush drummer died last week. Man, yeah, I know. That was the three-man band that could make a lot of noise, couldn't they? They were pretty gnarly. And a lot of y'all young people are looking at me like, who? Rush? Rush what? You want me to do what? Huh? What? Is that a drink? Don't worry about it. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. A couple other people were very excited. One person is coming in there and said, my Powerhouse Tigers. I would love to get that ACC money. But you know what? On their budget, go Tigers. And with Alabama, he meant Auburn, Tennessee, and Kentucky going down. In the SEC, it's just crazy, and it does nothing but help, of course. Basically, the Tigers around here, in my opinion, and I agree with them. Another person says, what up, Johnny and Gabe? Did y'all hear a warrant has been issued for Odell Beckham for slapping a police officer on the butt in the LSU locker room after the game? Absolutely.
I was going to say, sir or ma'am, do you know that we're not at Hardenwood yet? That's
yes, I was going to say, at 2:30 today, we will break down the butt slap. We will break down.
Heard around the nation.
The dude, the butt slap heard around the world. How can we do it? What can we do? The butt slap that could cost Odell Beckham 6 months and $1,000 fine. I'm sure he's worried about the $1,000 fine. 6 months. Stop it. Stop it. I'm sure a man that's got a $95 million contract doesn't know like the next Johnny Cochran. I don't know who the next Johnny Cochran is right now, but he's out there. Who are the great lawyers right now other than Leslie Ballin?
I think Johnny Harden would be
I would be a great lawyer. I just don't have I haven't passed the bar.
No degree, nothing like that.
I should go take the bar, actually. I think I would just dominate it just because. It'd be a fun thing to do. Let's just try it. Let's see how it would go. I like, there was a funny question. They were like, I saw a thing on Facebook, just a little quick sidebar before we go to Straight No Chaser. And it was a teacher who put on this kid's like test. And she kind of like tried to make fun of him. And I thought his answers were great. And it was like, when was Napoleon's last war? And he was like, the one he got killed in. That's a great answer. That's a great answer. And there was another question, like, it was really funny.
That's what the bar exam's like, right?
Yeah, no. Like, and there was, like, yeah, I think you're supposed to have regular thinking. And there was another question. It was like, why did something happen? And like the answer was, same reason. Everybody just can't get along. or why did this war start or something? Same reason they fighting in today. People just can't get along. I mean, that was just a damn good answer. You know what I'm saying? And of course, it wasn't the answer the teacher was looking. So this poor kid failed. But in all honesty, his answers were awesome and hilarious. So shout out to that kid. But anyway, we're going to get to my favorite part, not of the day, but one of my favorite segments of the week. I love doing Straight No Chaser because I get asked questions that I have no idea what I'm going to be asked about by Gabe. Gabe's going to hit me up, and then I'm just going to come back at it, and we are going to wrap. And again, I will tell everybody I am fired up about a lot of things, and we will be talking about them during Hardenwood, but I'm sure Gabe will get to some of them, and it will be a lot of fun. And never forget, never, ever forget to eat Central Barbecue. Oh, yeah. If you want to have the best, what do? You go to one of the 4 greatest locations. You go to the new Bad Boy on Poplar, the original on Central. Don't forget, we got you on Summer over East Memphis. What's up? What's up? And then downtown, let me just tell you, I pick up a thing of banana pudding. And by the way, for all you people who are watching me on Twitter and Periscope, you can see I've gotten fat. I don't think I can keep eating the way I've been eating over the last 40 some odd years. We'll just say it, leave it at that. I think I got to change my diet. Like a quart of banana pudding for breakfast on Saturday can be able to, I don't know if I can continue to do that.
It is good, though.
It's so good. The best banana pudding I've ever had in my life. But I will tell you, though, healthy, if I want to eat healthy, actually going to Central Barbecue, you can actually do that because their chicken, their salads, out of control. Their turkey, unbelievable. But if you just want to live, get those ribs, get that barbecue, those nachos, and that banana pudding, and let's just dance, dance, dance. And never forget, if you want to just give some love to somebody, like let's say the Titans smack down Kansas City this week, I think it would be kind of cool to go to eatcbq.com. That's their new website, eatcbq.com, and ship some of the real barbecue out to Kansas City and let them get a taste of what real barbecue tastes like. Kansas City barbecue, not even close to the real deal. Holyfield, Memphis. You ready to do this thing? Let's go to Straight No Chaser.
John, we might have a problem, man.
You like Kansas City barbecue?
Look, man, I'm from Missouri.
Oh, you're from Missouri.
I live in St. Louis.
So you like that mustard sauce?
No, that's not what it is.
Oh, I know, but I've had it in Kansas City. I'm just
No,
saying,
see,
I don't like that sauce.
No. You need to go to the right places, and you haven't yet. But it's okay. It's okay. I do like Memphis barbecue a little better, okay? But we're not going to trash KC barbecue.
I'm not trashing. I'm just saying.
You are.
If Memphis,
you absolutely
No.
are.
I was just saying, if you want to go out there and ship them some real deal Holyfield barbecue, some real deal pork, they don't even understand the pork. We can ship that out for them at eatcbq.com.
Okay.
We got you. Now,
That's
they
fair.
can ship it to us, too, by the way.
All right, I have a question real quick. Actually, I'm going to have 3, in a row here, but are you a big Jessica Mendoza fan?
Absolutely not. Well, I was, actually, kind of. I've had a very complicated relationship with Jessica Mendoza.
For those that don't know, she was an ESPN commentator last year, and she has recently been hired by the Mets to work in Brody's front office, basically. So,
Jessica Mendoza,
you don't like her, though.
No. I thought at first she was awful. Then she got good, and I thought her and A-Rod did a really good job together. And then she kind of, I guess, got this newfound power and started coming out and commenting about things that were far outside the spectrum of the ball game. Sometimes I didn't even understand what she was talking about. And I went from a big Jessica Mendoza fan when her and A-Rod were talking baseball for a while. Like, she was really, really on point. But then it's like I don't know what they hired her to do for a while, if they wanted her to change. I don't know what they tried to get out of her, but it seems like they were trying to get more feminine, like something different from her. And I just wish she would go back to being what she was great at. And she was actually a damn good baseball analyst. Like, really was a good baseball analyst. And then all of a sudden she started commenting on politics and everything that you could do. And then she makes this asinine statement. And what she said, I am sorry, I disagree. Some people said that, Mike Fiers should have kept this in. Hey, John, you know that things that go on in the locker room, you got to keep them in the locker room. Listen, there is a certain level of cheating that goes beyond anything. And yes, I understand. Maybe if you have a little bit, everybody's getting a little sticky substance on their fingers. If I'm a batter, I want the pitcher actually to have a good grip on the baseball, because I don't want a 100-mile-an-hour fastball up in my ear. I want him to be able to control the baseball. I really do. So I don't have a big problem with that. There's certain things I don't have a problem with. But if you're using technology to literally steal, and a lot of people out there who don't play the game to a very far level, if you have a pitcher who throws 3 pitches and you take 2 away and one is coming, you go from a 250 hitter to a 600 hitter like that. You're going to make contact. I promise you that, especially if you're a pro. Oh, my goodness. I'm telling you, if you told me what's coming, I can hit what they're throwing. Most people can. That's the thing about pitching. That's what, like I've constantly said, you have to learn how to pitch because you know how to change the eye level. You know how to change speeds. You throw, a slider and a fastball count, or a fastball and a slider count, a curveball here, do this, there's all kinds of things. But when you're stealing the signs and you're relaying that to the guy at the plate and he knows it's either a fastball or an off-speeds pitch, the advantage, it's obviously clear. I've already told you 2017 Houston at home scored more runs, had more home runs, more RBIs, and more two-out hits with runners in scoring position than at any point in the history of baseball, even the steroid era. Nobody had a better winning percentage at home. Nobody had a bigger advantage at home than the Houston Astros, and they literally robbed the Dodgers, and now I feel like Boston actually robbed the Dodgers. I also feel like the Red Sox and the Astros robbed the deadgum Yankees. Like, I feel like a lot of teams, but then I also feel like the Yankees were cheating last year because they went out and hired Carlos Beltran before he went over to the Mets. So I'm just telling you, the whole thing is so messed up. And for everybody to point it on Mike Fiers, cheating at this level is wrong. And for you to say, look, you should have kept it in the clubhouse. Bro, you go to another team and people want to know, why is it that you won so many games with you at Houston? And how come you can't win so many games when you're out here at Oakland? Well, we were cheating when I was out at Houston.
So the long story short, you are not a fan of what Jessica Mendoza said this morning on Golic and Wingo. For those that don't know, Mike Golic posed the question, you have a problem with Mike Fiers leaving the Astros, going with another team, and then going public with all of this? Mendoza responded, going public, yeah. I mean, I get it. If you're with the Oakland A's and you're on another team, I mean, heck yeah. You better be telling your teammates to look out for it, for sure. But to go public, it didn't sit well with me, and honestly, it made me sad for the sport that's how all this got out.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, I got found
real
out.
quick. Why didn't it make Jessica Mendoza sad that a lifer like Carlos Beltran and Alex Cora would come off with a scheme that is so disgusting that would literally cheat baseball?
Look, all I'm saying, look,
history.
You tell your teammates, does that necessarily help you in the long run? No, they can still see your sign.
No, if you tell your teammates, it doesn't matter. Your pitching staff's still going to get lit up like a Christmas tree.
It needed to get found out. Mike Fiers did the right thing. Long story short,
Mike Fiers did the right thing. And he actually, if it came out that all of a sudden every baseball team was doing this.
Jessica Mendoza did come back later and try to clear up her comments. I think it was she sort of stepped completely back from what she said. It was the opposite of what she said earlier. So I don't know how much.
Like an idiot.
I don't know how much validity there is to that. But now, are Antonio Brown and Logan Paul ever going to fight? That's the question. That's the real one. Are they going to fight?
Dude, I wonder.
Do you think this will happen?
I will fight the winner for the same amount of money that they're fighting for. I'm serious. I know I don't have enough popularity. Gabe, do you think we can somehow get me enough popularity between now and then? I'm supposed to be president in like 8 years. What's going down?
What do we have to do? We have to do like a viral video, okay? You're going to have to come up with like a slogan.
I just need to come out with the fact that I'm going to be the president in like 9 years. I'll be the president in 9 years.
9?
Yeah. Don't you think that'd be a good time for me to go,
I'm not saying I'd vote on you. I don't know if I'd vote for you, buddy.
What?
I don't know if I would.
You're definitely.
I'd have to see who was running against you.
You will not be head of the State Department.
Actually, I'll vote for you.
Okay.
On second thought, I'll vote for you. But anyways, this got off topic. So are they going to fight? That's long story short.
You know what? Actually, I doubt it. I think this is all going to be a publicity stunt in the long run for both of them, just to keep their name out there. So hopefully Antonio Brown, at least he's not talking trash about the NFL. He's talking trash about Logan Paul. So as long as he's talking trash about somebody else, not the NFL, it's a better look than when he's talking trash about the NFL. But I don't think they fight, do you?
I'm curious, man, because AB did just hire, a boxing trainer, Aromacel Albert. He's a 2-time Olympian.
He also tried to say that his part of his off-season training was boxing.
Yeah, but then it's like they say that they're in quote-unquote serious negotiations with DAZN. and Matchroom Boxing to get a fight happen
Can I
in
ask you
April.
something? Do you think the Raiders were in serious negotiations with AB? Yeah, they thought they were in serious negotiations.
Here's the
too.
question: is he going to pay his boxing? Boxing.
Probably not.
Boxing.
He's going to be like, "Yo, dude, I gave you I didn't
trainer.
Fight. I never fought, but I gave you publicity." I don't know.
So you don't think it's ever going to happen?
By the way, the Thirsty 30 sausage party, a guy just said online, he says, it's going on to my house, and we're going to be listening to Rush all night, buddy. Do you think, I said it in that voice because I think that's how he meant it. I think he meant it as a joke, don't you?
I don't know. I don't know. You get you 40 plusers, and I don't know what the Thirsty Thursday makes you think about, like dudes hanging around. I don't get it. But ladies' night could be any night too.
No, you're right. We're just playing, dude. We want all men to go out there and be able to. Hey, now that I've been basically with my girlfriend, I'm dying for a Thirsty Thursday. Like I want to hang out with some bros.
Okay, but anyways, so you don't think the fight's gonna happen?
I don't think so.
All right, rock on. I think it might.
Do you?
I hope it does.
Do you?
I want to see. I want to see if AB can get beat down, man.
Well, dude, if you're bringing up fight, if you're going to bring up fight, would you rather watch AB fight Logan Paul, or are you going to more excited about seeing Conor McGregor back in the ring against Cowboy Cerrone?
God, that one.
That's
I will be watching that
this
fight
weekend.
I know.
I'm fired.
I didn't even know you were a UFC guy, man.
I am not, but I'm not an idiot when it comes to good fights, especially ones that you can bet on. And if you have somebody who says that they got some information,
Who you got right now?
I can't tell you right now. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Tell me off the air because I didn't know.
I don't want to get this person mad.
I want to know who are your top 3 guards in the NBA? Let's say the Western Conference. Give me some guards that you think are all-star worthy.
Wait a second. Hold on. Now, you know that I love my kinfolk, and I will always love my kinfolk. You know that, right?
Oh, James Harden, yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be a hard thing for me to do. You know that. So thanks a lot for putting me on the spot with my kinfolk, even though Ja just destroyed him. Dude had a 41-point game.
Let's not put 3. Let's not put top 3. Let's not put any numbers on it. Give me your favorite guards from the Western Conference.
My favorite guards? I mean, Ja's my favorite. I love Ja. Man, this one's tough. This one's really tough. I love Ja. I love James because James is just – he hasn't had a team that's won. He hasn't done it in the postseason. But if it comes to somebody who's just basically unguardable, is he not one of those unguardable dudes? And then Damian Lillard, I'm dropping dimes. I love him. I love me some Dame time. People are going to say, oh, yeah, Steph Curry. You forgot about Steph because the Golden State Warriors 1 year. Dude, everybody loves Steph forever, okay? If you're talking about me spending my money to go watch during the regular season, this season, I will go see Ja and spend my money because he is awesome and nobody expected him. They're exciting. James Harden, I will go see my money to see a guy that is unguardable. Sometimes it might get a little bit boring on television, but if you're there just watching him dribble, and just dropping 50 or 60 on somebody in some night, it'll be crazy. And then Dame time, I am always going to be a Damian Lillard fan. The dude is small, but he plays big.
So, our favorite, Alex Caruso, wouldn't make that list. Would he not make that list? Just curious. Would he make the list?
He's having a good year. Okay?
No, he's not. He's averaging like 5 points a game. But anyways, Alex Caruso,
he's
a bench guard, white guy, losing his hair, balding, okay, for the Lakers, is ahead of Russell Westbrook, Steph Curry, Devin Booker, Donovan Mitchell, Kyle Lowry, Ben Simmons, and Bradley Beal in all-star voting for guards.
Are you being dead
I'm
serious?
dead serious. He has 894,000 fan votes. The fan votes actually account for 50% of the overall all-star voting, and then the NBA players account for 25%, and then the media panel gets 25%. Hopefully, they can even that out. But he is, right now, I did not speak wrong. He is beating out Russell Westbrook, Steph Curry, Devin Booker, Donovan Mitchell, Kyle Lowry, Ben Simmons.
Now, you know what?
And
I was
Bradley
just thinking
Beal.
of something. Okay, and I didn't even. And if you really want to put it, like LeBron James is basically playing point guard for the Lakers. He could be up there too. If you want to talk about the best, I honestly think, and not just the West, but like when you put Giannis up there, if we were talking about the NBA, Because now we're looking at these guys, like it's hard to say point guard because Giannis is dribbling the ball so much. LeBron James is dribbling the ball so much. What about Trae Young and what he's doing in Atlanta? He's scoring almost 30 points a game. I'm just saying, Ja Morant is what I would consider a real point guard. Mike Conley in Utah is still a real point guard. But there's very few of the John Stocktons that have turned super athletic. Like Ja Morant reminds me of John Stockton, who has just been shot up with super athleticism. Because he has the court vision, he's got the handles, he can shoot it. But he's bigger than John, and he's a 44-inch vertical. Come on, dude. John never had nothing like that.
Alex Caruso in 19 minutes per game,
he's
averaging 6 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists. This is an all-star. He is an all-star. So everybody get ready for the Caruso, okay?
The Caruso.
You like that?
I like that. By the way, Bradley Beal's been playing really good this year, too. Did y'all think about that? No. What about Luka? Is he a point guard? Is he a guard?
Well, yeah, he's at the top. But, look, I'm tired of...
I don't know how to talk about
I think
guards.
Taco Fall's still up there as a vote-getter, too, for fans. We need to get this fan voting right because this is ridiculous.
Well,
all the big fan bases are just going to push their guys.
We also have to figure out, how we're going to vote for him. Is LeBron James going to be a power forward? Is he going to be a wing? Is he going to be a guard? Is he going to be, what is LeBron going to be? What is Giannis going to be? What is Luka going to be? Trae Young, if he's a guard, and if they're looking for guards, and then Dame Lillard, these guys have chances. Where's Kawhi going to be put? Devin Booker. And it's just the NBA is changing, and I don't know if they figured out how, but I will tell you one thing. The fan vote, it has become such a joke. They mess it up. The fan vote is just sad. Let's just be real.
I think it's annoying given that, Ja Morant is probably behind, I believe right now in the fan voting, he is behind Alex Caruso. And it's what? Come on, man. I get it's a popularity contest, but let's be real about this.
Oh, it just don't make sense. Hey, man, I'll tell you one thing that does make sense. We are going to talk about things that are crazy in this world, but they are real. We're going to talk about OBJ and arrest warrant, but I want to remind you from 9 o'clock till 7 o'clock, Monday through Saturday, and 1 o'clock to 6 o'clock on Sunday. If you don't want to look buddy, head on down to the largest boot showroom, the family-owned and operated since 1967, Frontier Western Store down at 5880 Goodman Road in Olive Branch. By the way, if you got your little thing out, put Olive Branch, Mississippi, 38654. That's 38654. 5880 Goodman Road. You can have your little Google map take you there. From basically anywhere in Memphis, you can be there in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. But I promise you one thing, if you can't be there from 9 to 7 Monday through Saturday or 1 to 6 on Sunday, you can shop 24/7, 365 at FrontierWesternStore.com. They ship within 24 hours. You'll absolutely love it. Frontier Western Store and FrontierWesternStore.com. We'll be right back with my favorite segment of the day, OBJ. We got NFL, we got NCAA basketball, we got all kinds of stuff to talk about. Don't touch that dial. Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7 FM.
Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy get you through the midday with Sports 56 Middays. Delivered by FedEx. Weekdays from 10 till 1 on Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7.
I'm here with the great Pat Donahue from the Rendezvous Restaurant Shipping Department.
Thanks, Brett. We've been shipping our ribs all over the country now for decades from our USDA-inspected shipping kitchen in the Pinch District. We hand-cook our ribs in pits that Mr. Charlie built over charcoal, just like they do at the restaurant.
So what comes in a rib box?
We could do pork shoulder, we could do ribs, our sauce, seasoning, baked beans, coleslaw. We'll even throw in Pancho's cheese dip with our nacho boxes. We also put a bag of Rendezvous seasoned popcorn, heating instructions, some chef hats, some wet naps, and some other helpful tips from our kitchen. We ship our ribs overnight, exclusively FedEx. And we put them in nice packaging. We don't ever want to use styrofoam, so we use corrugated cardboard, actually 2 boxes that fit nice together, so the ribs get to you, your loved ones, or your clients in a safe, wholesome manner. Rendezvous ribs are perfect for out-of-town clients, customers, loved ones. We also ship ribs for any occasion.
Where do we order these great ribs?
You can go to www.hogsfly.com or give us a call at 1-888-464-7359.
Charlie Burgos' Rendezvous Restaurant in the alley since 1948.
Frontier Western Store in Olive Branch is your one-stop shop for apparel and boots. Cold weather is here, and Frontier's selection of Carhartt winter gear is just what you need. Shop a wide assortment of jeans, dungarees, vests, bib overalls, and coats, including Carhartt's classic Sherpa and quilt line jackets. You'll find Carhartt quality at that Frontier low price. A new year brings plenty of new arrivals in Frontier's ladies' boutique department. Dresses, tunics, tops, printed and solid leggings, and so much more. Thousands of tops, t-shirts by Simply Southern, as well as on-trend shoes and fashion boots. And finally, there's the world-famous Frontier Boots showroom. Thousands of name-brand boots for men, women, and children. Ariat, Corral, Rocky, Dan Post, and many more. From rugged work boots to classic dress boots, Frontier has your next favorite pair. Frontier Western Store, 5880 Goodman Road, Olive Branch, or on the web at frontierwesternstore.com. Family owned and operated since 1967.
Make your day smoking with the Big Green Egg. You can smoke, bake, roast, sear, and grill, all with a lifetime warranty. Ceramic never rusts, and the easy, accurate temperature control gives you the greatest range of any grill. Make your next grill your last with the Big Green Egg. Available at these nearby locations: Hamilton Fireplace Shop, 4462 Summer Avenue; Germantown Hardware Company, 2083 South Germantown Road; Garden Spas and Pool, 9393 Poplar Avenue; and East Memphis Ace Hardware, 5143 Quince Road.
Got something you want to get off your chest?
You better have a backup plan.
Want to join the conversation?
Someone needs to tell him he has to grow up.
Join us on the First Bank phone lines at 360-8255 or the First Bank text line at 67129. Now, back to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. Let's go! This hour is brought to you by your CBD store, your one-stop for all your natural, organic, and non-GMO CBD products, where good health hits home. Here's Johnny Radio himself, John Harden.
Many a hand has scaled the grand old face of the plateau. Some belong to strangers and some to folks you know. Holy Ghost and talk show hosts are planted in the sand to beautify the foothills, shake the many hands. There's nothing on the top but a bucket and a mop and an illustrated book about birds. You see a lot up there, but don't be scared. Who needs action when you got words?
Who needs action when you got words? Speaking of words, man, I will say OBJ's words better be changing here in the next couple of weeks, because we're going to have to talk about this little arrest warrant that's come out. There's all kinds of stuff. I mean, Hardenwood is my favorite segment because we take what's going on in the reality of sports and we take some good stories. We take some bad stories. Like, I have one of the best stories, and it's here locally, and it's about one of the best fundraisers, and it's probably the coolest fundraiser, and it's for Special Olympics. I'm going to tell you about it, but I will tell you, there's no way you're going to get me to do this. I'm going to see if I can get Gabe Kuhn to actually do it. I'm going to put him on the spot today during Hardenwood. I have a feeling we're going to find out if he's going to be able to say no or yes. I'm going to ask you during Hardenwood. Don't worry. You're looking at me like, what are you doing, Harden? Don't worry. You can say no. You can say no. But it would be nice if you said yes. We'll talk about all that and more during Hardenwood, but first I got to remind you, without my wonderful sponsors and my wonderful listeners, I have absolutely nothing. So without y'all and the people who support me, I got nothing. And I promise you, 12 years ago, if my neighbor didn't support me and give me 901-406-1101, I wouldn't be on air today, because I was literally going to have my house foreclosed on. If you have to file bankruptcy and stuff, it just doesn't look good when you try to get a job. You just look like a moron. If you're in trouble, 901-406-1101. Any house, any area, as is. If you're in Southwind, South Memphis, North Mississippi, downtown, midtown, I don't care. Give him a call. Bill at I Buy Houses will buy your house and close in 5 days. Plus, if you're moving on up, just listen. It's a buyer's market right now. You don't want that house that your wife has been dreaming about to be snatched up because you couldn't sell your house because it was on the market for 6 months. And guess what? Somebody else bought her dream house. And let me tell you something. Your wife is now going to be upset she lost her dream home. And you know what that means? Happy wife, happy life. An unhappy wife, you ain't got no life, buddy. So you better do it right. 901-406-1101. You need to sell that house. 901-406-1101. Any house, any area, as is. Call my buddy Bill at I Buy Houses. Let's do some hardwood.
This is Access Hardwood.
Now, should I start with a great story or a sad story?
Let's start bad, get good.
Let's
That's
start
what we
bad
need
and
to
get
do.
good.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start with OBJ then. What in the bleep is going on? And I hate to say this, it ain't with OBJ I'm not mad about. And I was listening to Greg, and I was listening to some people who are writing about how this young generation just doesn't know how to act or give people respect. Let me tell you something. You went to LSU. It's the national championship game. You're in the locker room. People are smoking stogies and drinking, and everybody's celebrating, and a cop comes in there. They're just playing with him. They weren't like, he didn't think that anything was being serious. He spanked him on his butt.
Thank you. I see people all over Twitter today. I saw a AB reference in regards to OBJ.
They said
saying
OBJ
that they're
needs to be
similar.
locked up.
No, they're saying, oh, it doesn't make it okay that he did it. Well, I'll tell you
Dude,
what, the guy
why did
probably
that
had a
cop
couple
have to come in
beers
there?
at the game. He's hanging out. He's having a great time. His team just won the national championship. He's giving out money. Let him have a good time and stop worrying about it.
Yeah, everybody acts like he did some horrible thing. He gave out some money. He was celebrating with
And they're
his
calling
team.
it simple assault. They're
And
calling
now-
it simple battery,
and
by the way.
They're calling this literally, and I got it, and I tweeted out the video yesterday. They're calling this simple battery. I was making fun of that cop yesterday. Promise you one thing, I'll be making fun of you big time now. Calling this simple assault? What is your problem, Holmes? Literally, what was your problem after the national championship game? Going in there and being a jerk anyway. Would you bet on Clemson? Did you have money on the wrong team? Because I'll tell you one thing, you sure act like a you know what. Why you gotta walk up in the LSU locker room acting like a jerk?
According to my buddy who works in the news in Baton Rouge, the supervisor of said cop in question told him to just let them go and leave them alone, and he did not.
And he wouldn't.
This is his problem, man. And if he really thinks that qualifies as simple assault, he should not be in the position he's in. I'm just going to be honest.
Odell Beckham faces up to 6 months in jail and a $1,000 fine. This man has got a $95 million contract, is $65 million guaranteed. He's got plenty of money. Chill out. It was real cash. Who cares? All these people who are outraged, why are you not outraged about stuff that is real? Like, why are we upset about a dude who spanked a guy on the butt in a celebration? What was that dude being a jerk up in their locker room anyway? He was in LSU's locker room.
You know what Odell Beckham was doing? He was protecting the guys on the team.
He was
telling
protecting
this guy
the guys
to
on the team.
Bug off.
He was
man.
telling the
Get
cop to
out
bug
of
off.
here.
Yeah, he was like, dude, are you
And
really?
he didn't do it in a hateful way. He was smiling.
He did it in a smiley way. He wasn't disrespectful. I mean, come on,
I
dude.
guess you could qualify a slap on the butt as disrespectful, but we're not going there with this one. This one was not meant in any harm.
Why
Let it go.
Why did the cop go saying
Let
to
it
Joe
go.
Burrow? Can I ask you a question? Joe Burrow was sitting, and then this is what nobody else is
Do
saying.
they know that Julian Edelman jumped on the hood of a car last week?
Last week, no, hold on.
Drunk?
But if you look in the locker room and look at this is what doesn't make any sense to me. Why is it at 68, he's smoking, and I can see right in the background, Joe Burrow is sitting back in his locker room with his feet propped up, smoking a cigar. I don't see a single cop bothering him. But cops bothering this dude, and then he comes up and OBJ just gives him a little spank, and now there's a warrant issued over simple as slap, and people are trying to say, oh, yes, young people just don't know how to respect authority. No, dude, we're just tired of authority thinking that they can get away with anything they want. They can act however they want when they want, and if they don't start remember that they're civil servants, there is going to be a problem coming forward. Like in this future, there really is. Man, this is stupid, y'all. Like, literally, we have so many issues going on in this country, and we're talking about OBJ. The NCAA is freaking out about him handing over a few dollars to a couple guys who just won the national championship. And I understand, it don't look good or whatever, but y'all look stupid going after LSU after winning the national title. And then for the fact that, seriously, this officer walks into the LSU locker room, has this problem, and then days later issues this arrest warrant after his superior said don't do it, it only makes him look like an a-hole. And again, why wasn't he bothering Joe Burrow? Huh? Joe Burrow is smoking a big fat stogie. Joe Burrow is getting hit with money. Nobody hit Joe Burrow up or bothered him. But man, you had to go get that offensive lineman, man. Had to go get him. Anyway, point is, it doesn't make any sense. And it's just stupid. It is just flat out stupid. And I literally, we have so many pressing issues in this country. The fact that we're talking about LSU players smoking stogies, taking money from OBJ, and now OBJ's got a warrant for simple assault for spanking a cop, saying and laughing about it, being like, come on, dude, don't mess with number 68. Taking care of an LSU player because he was smoking a stogie. Come on, man, don't do that. And did it in a nice, funny way. This is stupid. Now, I got to go from absolutely stupid to absolutely awesome. Now, as OBJ may be, and by the way, I'm not saying OBJ's not an attention hound. I'm not saying OBJ wasn't looking to be on television and draw attention to himself, because that's what OBJ does, and he tries to bring attention to himself. But if you think this warrants simple assault, then me and you just have a different idea of what
and
real
also
justice is.
The NCAA justice guys trying to say that the money is a big deal. Get over yourself.
Shut up.
I'm
yeah.
tired of it. They just won the national. Just let it go. Who cares?
Hey, NCAA, you didn't make enough money during the national championship game.
The NCAA shouldn't punish them.
You literally didn't make enough money.
If you're sad because they came after your school and they're not going after LSU for this, just get over it. I'm just gonna be honest. It's not changing anytime soon. And this is what he did does not warrant them to go after him or LSU.
By the way, just so you know, do you want to know what the NCAA made on the national championship game?
No, I'm gonna be honest. I don't want to know the number. Let me mute you real quick. You can.
Oh
tell the
yeah,
people.
you don't want to know. It's really disgusting.
Just say the number. Just say it.
Well, I can only give you the projection and what they got in 2019, and ooh-wee. By the way, and you're right, I didn't even realize, I mean, they had 6 channels on ESPN alone, like, covering this jaunt. Like, they had ESPN Coaches Channel, they had ESPN this. My goodness, they made a buku's amounts again. Anyway, point is, that doesn't even matter. Now I got to get to something great. And I'm going to tell you something. The Special Olympics is something that has my heart. My mom taught at Shrine School. She's now over at Madonna. I love special people. I love the Special Olympics. I've always been a part of Special Olympics. My daughters have too. And I just think it's awesome. And guess what? February 1st, like right here in Memphis, Tennessee, at Tiger Lane, yes, the Bluff City Fire Department, the Bluff City Fire and the Ice Polar Bear Plunge and Chili Cook-Off is happening. Like, it's going down for real. It's from 10:30 a.m. to 5 o'clock. But the thing is, it's in a new location, everybody. And that's what a lot of people don't realize, because they've been doing this cool fundraiser, the Polar Bear Plunge, Chili Cook-Off with the Bluff City Fire for a long time. But this year, the new location, guess where it's at? It's at Tiger Lane. That's right. You go out there, you can sample chili if you want to be a guest, and salsa. You can vote on people's, the People's Choice Award. You can take in all kinds of crazy
right?
costumes. Oh, I'm definitely going.
I'm
not going to.
Let me join you,
I was going to ask you. This is where I'm. Hold on. You're about to get asked the question. There's a great chili cook-off. I don't know if you can cook chili. There's all kinds of great things that are going on, but this is the big one, the Polar Bear Plunge. This is the unique opportunity for individuals, organizations, businesses, and anybody out there who wants to support the Special Olympics and the Special Olympic athletes by jumping into freezing water on February 1st in their new Polar Bear Plunge pool. It's a minimum of $50. All the money goes to the Special Olympics. Participants will plunge into the icy water on Tiger Lane. Plungers will receive a special edition t-shirt, bragging rights, of course, over those who couldn't bear it. And, of course, the money, again, goes to the Special Olympics, and it means much more than the prizes that you will receive. The prizes that you receive go when you watch the Special Olympics and you see these young people going for their dreams, because it really is. I've been in the Special Olympics for so many years. I thank my mother so much for getting me involved in it. But again, this is a awesome event. It's the 21st year, people. The 21st year of this. So February 1st, mark your calendar. Get ready. We're going to Tiger Lane, and I'm going to ask Gabe Coombe right now. You going to jump?
I will dive head first into that freezing cold water. I'm not worried about it.
Now, this is what I want to ask.
I got insulation.
67129. I want y'all to help me out. I want to get a can we do like a donation GoFundMe page or something? Like for the polar bear plunge and Gabe Kuhn for diving into that bad boy? Like
I'm
that
down.
would be awesome,
I don't
man.
care. Is the water how deep's the water gonna be?
It's gonna be deep enough for you to dive into.
Cool,
I promise. It's safe. It's safe, but it will be. It's February 1st. It's gonna be cold, bro. It's going.
Polar bear is my spirit animal.
It is gonna be cold. Is it really?
Yeah.
How do you know this?
I don't. I just golly, you fell for that? What?
Heck yeah, I don't know, man. Dude, there's aliens and all kinds of stuff.
I took a test on I took a test on Facebook, one of those little quizzes. And polar bear is my spirit animal.
I hate you for that. I took a test on Facebook. It was hold on, what is it? Ancestry.com told me polar bear was my spirit animal. Plus, they also said
you know how like on Facebook they have like the things that's like see who your Harry Potter character is.
What?
See you never seen those?
Man, I ain't gonna lie. See, this is so sad. I don't want to mention this. I shouldn't mention it. Never mind. I love Facebook.
Like, which Disney character are you? You've seen those, right? I know you've seen those.
Can I tell you something? Gosh. I post my video and then I'm off of it so fast. Honey drives me crazy. But you know why I'm so against Facebook? And I hate to say I like Twitter, but because Honey's on Facebook so much, and I hate to say this, Facebook, have you noticed? Either they're trying to sell you something. I love like Sports 56 Facebook now. That's great. I like watching our stuff. But it's either they're trying to sell you something or it's like people who are showing like their absolute best. You know what I mean? It's never real life. It's like, here's me and my wonderful wife.
That's
and my
Instagram
wonderful children.
too. Instagram does.
See, that's why I don't do Instagram either. That's why I love Twitter, because I get to just go crazy. And I do go crazy.
You sure do. Yeah.
Hey, by the way, did you see what I posted
qualify.
on Twitter the other day? That dude in the car. Have you ever seen a wake and bake like that?
No, I didn't see the video.
Oh, bro. If
You
you're
retweeting
not,
it right now?
Oh, man, I retweeted it yesterday. You got to go to Johnny_radio and see this bad boy. Gabe at G_Coon71. I'll just have to tag you in this bad boy. It is so amazing. And I'm being dead serious. I got to give this guy serious props. I don't even know, like, this is one of the best videos I've ever seen. Like, I'm absolutely so impressed. Like, so impressed. Now, I do also have to read this, and I want to ask y'all a question. Do y'all believe in what Albert Einstein said? Or do y'all believe Albert Einstein said this? Or is this somebody made a meme and tried to convince me?
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you right now, it looks like a meme from here.
It says Albert Einstein said, if you don't want people to be able to tell you're high, never let them see you not high. That sounds genius quote from a genius man like Albert Einstein.
The fact that I have to tell you Albert Einstein probably didn't say that is concerning.
You don't think
he did not. I don't think he said that.
This was a genius.
Some tells me he didn't say that, man. Some tells me.
Man, I don't know.
I don't know, man. I don't know if Albert was a pothead.
Oh, man, that's so crazy. Now, one other thing I did want to say before I get off this. I wanted to ask this question. I'm dead serious. To all you at 67129. I asked this on Twitter. Not a lot of response, and I'm kind of shocked. I guess they weren't paying attention. But I said this, and this is a sport that on the field, if you look at a home run too long, they drill you with a 100-mile-an-hour fastball in your damn ribs, man. You can hit a 450-foot home run. You look at it for 2 seconds too long, that pitcher is so mad, he's drilling you the next time. So does that mean that the Astros, do they just rotate hitting a different player every single day for the rest of the year? Like, are the Astros at the end of the season going to be like, oh, we've been hit so many times by baseballs, we can't do it anymore? And second is, why is everybody so flippant in other sports about cheating, but in baseball they lose their damn minds? Like I said yesterday, Julian Edelman, he gets caught cheating, he can win an MVP in the Super Bowl in the same year and everybody loves him. You get caught cheating like Bill Belichick, they still say he's the greatest coach ever. You get caught cheating in baseball, you're banned from the Hall of Fame. You get caught cheating in baseball, you're fired. AJ Hinch, Carlos Beltran's out, Alex Cora. And I'm not saying anything of this is wrong, but it is, to me, I'm curious. And I want you at 67129 to answer this question. Why is everybody so flippant in every other sport about cheating except for baseball? If you do it in baseball, holy cow, the world is falling. We'll be right back. Don't you dare touch that dial. And remember, CBD You know me. Say goodbye to Pharmaceuticals and hello to CBD. Your CBD store, 3157 Poplar and 680 North Germantown Parkway. They don't play. Neither do we on Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7 FM.
Take Sports 56 with you on your phone or tablet. Download our official Sports 56 app today.
Farmers Insurance knows that there's a not-so-subtle difference between the sound of a car hitting your rear bumper and the sound of a clown car hitting your rear bumper.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Sorry about that.
We call that a three-ring fender bender, and we covered it. Talk to a farmer's agent.
They know a thing or two because they've seen a thing or two.
Call Chad Gatlin at 901-235-1176 or get a fast quote at memphisfarmers.com.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
Mid-South Power Distributors is your source for all things diesel. For more than 26 years, they've supplied all the diesel parts that you need. From simple repairs to complete overhauls, they have it all. Whether it's heavy, medium, light duty, agricultural, marine, or off-road, Mid-South Power is the leading source for all things diesel. Fuel injection, turbochargers, engine parts, alternators, starters, and brakes, they can supply all the parts and services you need. Stop in today at 3250 Mill Branch Road in Memphis or call 901-396-0710.
That's the sound of NyQuil Severe hard at work. NyQuil Severe is the best sleep with a cold medicine. No tossing and turning, just rest and recovery. So you're ready to take on tomorrow. For powerful relief of your worst cold and flu symptoms, try NyQuil Severe. The nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, stuffy head, best sleep with a cold? Medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Make your day smoking with the Big Green Egg. You can smoke, bake, roast, sear, and grill, all with a lifetime warranty. Ceramic never rusts, and the easy, accurate temperature control gives you the greatest range of any grill. Make your next grill your last with the Big Green Egg. Available at these nearby locations: Hamilton Fireplace Shop, 4462 Summer Avenue; Germantown Hardware Company, 2083 South Germantown Road; Garden Spas and Pool, 9393 Poplar Avenue; and East Memphis Ace Hardware, 5143 Quince Road.
The construction reduction event is on at Wolf Chase Honda. Exciting changes are in the works and inventory must be reduced. Get the best deals right now on all remaining 2019 Hondas while they last. Every new car, every certified, every used car, price to go. Get pre-approved now at wolfchasehonda.com. Wolf Chase Honda is expanding and our prices are dropping. Don't miss these savings. Act now. This huge construction reduction event ends soon.
For the best lineup of quality, fuel-efficient, and fun-to-drive vehicles, get to Wolf Chase Honda and Wolf Chase Nissan. Over 1,000 new certified and pre-owned vehicles in one great location. Catch the savings now during our huge model year-end sales event. Score an amazing deal at Wolf Chase Honda and Wolf Chase Nissan and get to the game in style at Germantown Road and Highway 64. Family owned since 1981.
Now back to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour.
Kick it over here.
This hour is brought to you by your CBD store, your one-stop for all your natural, organic, and non-GMO CBD products, where good health hits home. Here's Johnny Radio himself, John Harden.
Shackles, ball and chain. Listen to the whistle of the evening train. You know you about to wind up dead.
Thank you, Jerry. Thank you very much. Welcome back to the little Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. You know who I am, your sports mixologist, Johnny Harden. Go to Johnny_radio. I'm about to tweet it out. Man, I just watched video. Jose Altuve didn't want people ripping off his jersey when he hit a homer. Oh, and then other times you could see it underneath his jersey. It looks like there was a buzzer device. I'm telling you, man, this Jose Altuve stuff, this Astros cheating, how bad it is and how bad it was, it is just a disaster. And I don't even know what to say. I just don't know what to say. I do know one thing. I will be so fired up. Oh, and it shows another video of Alex Bregman wearing one. Look at this one. Have you seen this video yet? Kenny Ducey on Twitter just tweeted out one, too, with Bregman. So you got Altuve and Bregman in the postseason wearing these, this is just getting too much. I don't even know what to say right now. And again, I do want to remind you, again, this is a man, if you talk about his splits, and that's where I'm with the way he played at home versus on the road, it is glaring, like holy bleep. You know what I'm saying? The number of home runs and RBIs that he hit in the home ballpark versus on the road. A lot of people, he'll do a little better. In Colorado, I can see you have some, pretty good splits. When you got it as bad as, as it's been like right now, man, it's just, to me, absolute crazy. If you want to go to baseballreference.com and check out Altuve and some of the other players, Springer, home or away, their splits, it will blow your mind, and it will absolutely kind of it'll be very, very, very eye-opening again. When you hit 20 home runs and 10 home runs, when you hit 20 at home versus 10 on the road, when you hit 372 at home and 291 on the road, or 271
in the Altuve video of him not wanting people to pull his jersey off after a walk-off home run.
Like, some of these splits just make me want to vomit. The whole situation and the game that I love in baseball, this does bother me a lot. But I will talk about something that I do love, and that is the Tigers. And tonight at 6 o'clock, they play, of course, Cincinnati. I am not afraid of the Cincinnati team scoring. I think the Tigers are such an amazing fit. I think a team that struggles to put the ball in the hole against a defense like the Tigers, I think Penny's got an advantage over John. I think that they're going to outcoach. I think Penny's going to outcoach John. I think the players are going to outplay Cincinnati. I think that the fans are going to be ready to rock and fire. I think tonight is going to be an easy victory by your Memphis Tigers. I'm fired up to watch that bad boy. 6 o'clock. And then don't forget Cerrone fighting my man. I'm going to talk about this tomorrow. Floyd Money Mayweather back in the ring.
And we'll talk about it more tomorrow, but that Netflix special and the docuseries about Aaron Hernandez, a killer inside, I would implore you all to go watch it. It is it's chilling, and it's hard to watch at times, but it is very informational and shows you a lot about the life of what Aaron Hernandez was.
Yes, and we also got to talk about, before I say goodbye, the first $40 million man. Will it be Patrick Mahomes? If they win the Super Bowl, if they beat the Titans this week somehow, if they can stop Derrick Henry, if they can do that, will Patrick Mahomes, is this the best chance also for them to win the Super Bowl if they start giving this dude $40 million a year? Or is he worth it? It's a very interesting thing. By the way, Tyreek Hill, is it hard rooting for Kansas City? Because for me, it is. Like, I like Travis Kelce. I love Patrick Mahomes. But, man, the Titans, I like the Titans. I love Logan Ryans. I like that defense. I like Jarrell Casey. I like, Rashaan Evans. I like Wesley Woodyard. I like Kenny Vaccaro. I like Derrick Henry. I like A.J. Brown, Tajay Sharp. I like the team, Mike Vrabel. I like Arthur Smith. He's a good friend. I think this is going to be a very interesting matchup. I think it's going to be fascinating. But we're going to talk more about it tomorrow with Russell Copeland. We got so much stuff to do, but I'm so stoked tonight for a little bit of Tigers and Bearcats action. Go Tigers, go. Don't forget, though, if you're feeling any pain, any anxiety, any problems, your CBD store, 3157 Poplar and 680 North Germantown Parkway, your CBD store, I'm telling you. And if you're watching us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Periscope, Instagram, whatever, you can, if you're not in Memphis, go to your CBD store online. They got 450 stores, plus you'll be able to find one right around you. But don't forget, right here in Memphis, 3157 Poplar, 680 North Germantown Parkway out in Cordova, your CBD store. Now it is time for me to say goodbye. Tomorrow, we are going to have so much fun. I am sad about baseball, but I'm fired up about some basketball. Go Tigers, go. For Gabe Kuhn, I'm John. Get out there, make the world a better place. I'll see y'all on the flip side. Peace! California.